Hi, I'm Scott Davis. Welcome to New World Birth. By accessing this presentation, you're inviting me to share this information regarding our passage through this challenging and yet very hopeful time we're currently living in. This is the prenatal care for the birth of a new world age for the Gregorian date of September 20th, 2011, which is also One Wind in the Mayan Tzolkin calendar. And we are going to begin the 6th night of the 9th wave universal cycle of the Mayan Tun calendar according to the research of Carl Johann Kalaman on September 23rd. And we're going to reach the peak of that 6th night energy on October 1st and 2nd. And I'll discuss the 6th night in detail later in this report. September 20th is One Wind, which carries the themes of air, breath, life force, prana, chi, that which animates life, inspiration, imagination, the sparks of creativity and spirit, communication, and the dissemination of seeds and ideas. The day glyph for One Wind is a T-shaped cross that represents the Mayan god of wind, but it's also symbolic of trees, which restore the life energy to the air. This 13-day period would be a good time to communicate your inspiration and connect with the life force that makes you unique. Astrologically, this One Wind Tzolkin, or 13-day period, begins with Pluto gaining forward movement after turning direct on September 16th. The planet of death and rebirth continues to be at the peak of its power through this entire report period. On September 23rd, we have the opening of this 6th night energy, which happens to coincide with the sun entering Libra for the equinox, which is going to be the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere and the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. And this is the energy of balance and harmony to be used in our lives. In the equinox chart, Mars is in Leo, and it's going to be in Leo until 11/11/11, November 11th, 2011. And Mars in Leo is accelerating the new direction that came about from last month's Mercury retrograde in Leo. And on the 23rd, Mars is being supported by Uranus, which brings innovation and breakthroughs in following that cosmic course correction. On September 25th, Mercury enters Libra, which may give us more diplomatic communications, and the Sun feels tension from Uranus, which continues to activate the energy of radical change. On September 27th, we have the new moon, and this new moon has the Sun, the Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn in Libra, which are all highlighting balance and relationships. And the new moon is being challenged by the death rebirth energy of Pluto, along with feeling tension from disruptive Uranus. Now, new moons are about new beginnings, and this one has the ability to empower us in our uniqueness. Mercury also opposes Uranus, which may bring rapid integration of new information. At this point, I'm hoping that we're starting to get used to this feeling of radical change and transformation, because we've had a lot of it. But, you know, and it will continue and it will accelerate as we move towards this October 28th, 2011 completion of the Mayan Tun calendar. Back to the astrology, on September 28th, we have the Sun and Mercury merging while being challenged by Pluto, and this has the quality of making a commitment to a new direction through releasing past baggage. September 29th, Venus merges with Saturn in Libra, which may be about making a plan or a commitment to a balanced relationship, And also on that day, Mercury is stimulated by Mars, which gives energy to projects that are of interest to us personally. The following day, the Sun harmonizes with Mars on September 30th, which is another high energy day for achievement. And then we get into October, and at the beginning of October, there's really no significant transits, which kind of like offers us a blank page at the peak of this sixth night of the ninth wave of the Mayan Tun calendar on October 1st and 2nd. Now, the sixth night of the Mayan Tun calendar, ninth wave, is about healing. Actually, the sixth night of at any level is about healing, and the sixth night begins on September 23rd, and it will last until October 10th. The sixth night is ruled by the god ruling before dawn and has the quality of creating understanding. And the sixth night sort of fine-tunes the coming new world that began emerging during the sixth day. During the regional or cultural cycle, the sixth night represents the cataclysm that is described in Barbara Hand Clow's book, Catastrophobia, and which brought about the shift to a survivalism consciousness. From 1223 to 1616 AD of the national cycle, the sixth night brought us the second wave of Islam, but also brought Martin Luther's challenges to the practice of the Catholic Church. During the planetary cycle, the sixth night was 1972 to 1992, and that time period brought the worldwide democracy movement, the Watergate scandal. Margaret Thatcher was the first woman prime minister in Great Britain. There was also other significant things, achievements for women during that time. Mother Teresa got the Nobel Peace Prize. I had a few others. I'm forgetting them right now. Other events, there was the nuclear accident at 3 Mile Island in the United States. The hole in the ozone layer was discovered during the sixth night of the planetary cycle. There was also the Iran-Contra affair. Students massacred in China's Tiananmen Square. The Hubble telescope was launched into space. Nelson Mandela was freed. There was the tearing down of the Berlin Wall and the collapse of the Soviet Union. During the sixth night of the galactic cycle, this was November 8th, 2009 to November 2nd, 2010. We saw the first WikiLeaks post. The Deepwater Horizon exploded, resulting in one of the largest oil spills in history. The American Stock Exchange suffered record drops repeatedly through that cycle, and this was also the time period of the volcano eruptions in Iceland. The sixth night represents a cosmic course adjustment to the new opening of consciousness that was developed during the sixth day. And from the 23rd of September to the 26th, we have the cosmic convergence, which heralds the shift to unity consciousness. During this time period, you may want to light a candle and make some time for reflection, prayer, and meditation to assist in shifting the consciousness so that we are the change that we want to be in the world, to paraphrase Mahatma Gandhi. And I think unity consciousness can really be confusing to people. Some might interpret it as becoming one large homogenized consciousness. My belief about unity consciousness is about being in the flow of nature and the flow of the earth and the flow of all this cosmic energy that we're talking about. And my experience of this is I see people in the flow awakening, but they're awakening in very different and yet personal ways. Each person's awakening is highly individual and perfect for that person. And I think one of the manifestations of unity consciousness is a more highly evolved, authentic individual. James Hollis wrote that if one does not become eccentric, unique, one-of-a-kind person he or she is meant to be, then a violation of some large purpose of the cosmos has occurred. Individualization is not self-absorption, narcissism, or self-interest. On the contrary, individualization is the humbling task to serve what is our deepest nature asks of us. And for some of us, it will be the path that brings us public recognition. For others, it's suffering and public calumny. And for others still, it's private epiphanies never really seen by anyone else. I also really love this quote from Joseph Campbell because I think it applies to this. And it's that the privilege of a lifetime is being who you are. As I've said before, if you're struggling with this energy, please continue to take care of yourself and those you love. The intensity of this opening for consciousness will last another 39 days. So we're really getting towards the end of this ramping up of energy as we move towards the October 28th completion of all 9 levels of the Mayan Tun calendar. At the request of a few folks, I did post a video example of multi-systemic readings that I provide, which include numerology through using the tarot based on birth date, also the Mayan Tzolkin day glyph and day sign based on birthday, as well as astrology and human design. So there's a video up on the New World Birth Facebook page and on the New World Birth YouTube page, just giving an example of a multi-systemic reading, just to give people an idea of what readings could be like when I provide them. I also do readings in any number of those individual systems. Anyway, enough about me. As always, thank you for checking out New World Birth. The next segment of prenatal care for the birth of a new world age will be on October 3rd for One Eagle, and we'll also discuss the opening of the 7th day of the universal 9th wave cycle, which will, at that point, we will be in the 7th day of all 9 levels, and that opening of the 7th day occurs during the Aries full moon. So, like I said before, please feel free to check us out on Facebook and YouTube. And I invite you to email me at newworldbirth, all one word, 13 characters, just run all the letters together, at yahoo.com. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.